Hello to all my friends and family, and welcome to this episode of Jim's 5am Club. What I'd love to do on this episode, on this beautiful early winter's evening up here at Nelson Bay, Port Stephens, is to go through a book. We've just witnessed a perfect sunset, and what I'd love to do here before I close out the day is to go for a bit of a walk and talk and capture the last light of this day, and talk about a book which is entitled The Things No One Taught Us About Love. This book was published on the 25th of April 2024 by an author named Vex King, and this book explores the foundations of a healthy relationship, both with oneself and with others. So let's see what we can learn, what we can take, and what we can incorporate into our own inventory of skills, knowledge, wisdom, and potential power, and hopefully take some of these lessons and use them productively and constructively in our own lives, or at least take some of these lessons and use them to help people that we love and that we care for. So the first key message to come from this book is where we look at the importance of self-love, and the author says that self-love is fundamental. King emphasizes that loving oneself is the cornerstone of all healthy relationships. Check out these Norfolk pines. Look how big they are. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them in a row here, and a few more on the other side. Truly magnificent. And in order to promote self-love, the author talks at length about how it's important to recognize your own worth and embrace self-acceptance, because it's through this acceptance of yourself that you build a more fulfilling connection with yourself. And once you're connected to yourself and God, then you can also connect with others in a productive and useful way as well. The author here talks at length about love languages and how it's important to understand these love languages. The author discusses the importance of love languages and how individuals express and receive love differently. We're not all the same. We've got different things, different needs, different desires, different receptors, and it's important to understand what yours is and the others around you, so that you can send love to them in a language that they can interpret, receive, and acknowledge. Understanding your own love language and that of others can enhance the most important communication of all and strengthen relationships. The author here also mentions something that quite a few other authors talk about as well, but it's important to reinforce and to re-emphasize these common messages. And the author here talks about how setting healthy boundaries is also important. King highlights the need for establishing and maintaining healthy boundaries in all of your relationships, because boundaries protect your emotional well-being and create a safe space for both partners to express themselves and to feel validated. Past trauma can be a challenge for some people, and one of the messages from this book is that one needs to do whatever they need to do in order to overcome past traumas. The book addresses how unresolved, this is why it's important, if the trauma is unresolved, and this book addresses how unresolved traumas can impact current relationships and can weigh you down. King encourages readers to confront and heal as best they can from past experiences in order to avoid projecting old wounds and old bitterness onto and into one's new connections. We need effective communication. Communication that is efficient is a waste of time. One needs to be effective and do and say and deliver a message as best they can in an effective way, so that the person receives it and understands it clearly and it's not ambiguous in any way. Vex King underscores the importance of open and honest communication in building strong relationships, and being very, very clear about your feelings and needs fosters understanding and trust between partners. The author talks about vulnerability and the importance of embracing vulnerability, not shying away from it, not running away from it, not trying to sweep it under the carpet, not trying to hide behind somebody else, but to embrace it and to accept your vulnerability, because it's a crucial aspect of helping you deepen and take anchor with your connections. King encourages readers to embrace vulnerability and to see it as a powerful strength, allowing for authentic interactions and emotional intimacy. And the last key point to come from this book, from this author, is where we talk about nurturing, curating, and enhancing one's emotional intelligence. The author stresses the significance of emotional intelligence in relationships, and by being aware of your emotions and those of others helps you better navigate conflicts and helps foster empathy, creating, hopefully, more harmonious dynamics between you and all the people who you interface and try to connect with. So the last point here is that these lessons hopefully collectively provide valuable insights into cultivating love and connection, equipping readers with the necessary tools to build healthier relationships with themselves, which is important, and with those around them. So thank you once again for joining me on this episode of Jim's 5am Club, and I look forward to coming to you again from another place and with another message of empowerment in the form of OPE, other people's experiences that we've been able to pluck from books and book summaries to make our life a little bit better and to be able to help others as well. by being able to use and leverage the important lessons that others have shared with us in the form of deep thinking. Take care, yasas, and bye for now.